Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vegan Bree. I talk about all things vegan and cruelty free, mainly beauty, and this has been something I've been really interested in for a while. Sorry about the noise and stuff. Of course, the one day that I have off during the week due to air quality, there's like sounds and like things going on and stuff. So anyway, but I've been wanting to do this video for a really long time. I finally have the time to do it, so I'm gonna do it. My kid's asleep. My youngest is asleep. My oldest is at school. We're doing it. We're doing it. So this is going to be all about clean beauty. I think I'm going to do a series, maybe more for committing. I don't know. But so being vegan, I feel like clean beauty, just even in the beauty space in general, is thrown around. And it's kind of like, is it even real? Does it even matter? Like what the, it's like we know there's toxic things out there, but like, does this really matter? Is it even real or is it a marketing tactic? So I wanted to find out more. So of course, me being me, I get super sucked into stuff that I'm like interested in. I want to know more and more and more. And so I do more research and then I'm like, oh my God, this is how I ended up being vegan. It's like the more I learned, the more I couldn't unsee or my knowledge couldn't be erased. So let's get into this. I was going down this rabbit hole because there's so many like Sephora, Ulta, say clean beauty. There's Credo Beauty, which only has like clean beauty products. And I'm not saying like, I don't think some products are like formaldehyde, but still, like, does it really matter? Is it a thing or is it BS? Let's find out. So, sorry, I don't have my glasses on. So, I have contacts. But anyway, so I was going on, I actually found an article written by Cosmo, and it's called Clean Beauty Has a Misinformation Problem. And I will be putting all of the websites that I use down below. I am not using anything like super researchy, like we don't have PubMed up here. Maybe I'll look into that, I don't know. So anyway, this was written in 2021, but like it's the same stuff. So it says your anti-BS guide to clean beauty. And then it also says that humans are predisposed to accept negative information, which I do think is pretty accurate. I feel like when you hear something negative, you're like, like, I don't know, it's just sometimes in our nature to have negative thoughts and for that to affect us more than positive thoughts. It's like, you get bunch of positive comments by people and then you get that one comment where it's like you're ugly or like I don't like that or like something, you're like you hold in, well, at least for a lot of people, I feel like maybe not a lot, at least for some people, you hold on to that negative thought even though all those people said positive things, or even though you heard all those positive things, that one thing happened to you during the day and you're like holding on to that. So anyway, so let's get into what this actually even means. So clean beauty itself is still hotly debated by pretty much everyone in the community, which I do think is true. Like there's clean beauty channels on here on any platform, but there's also like a lot that are not. And like even Angelica Nikovas has been like clean beauty, like don't want to hear it. So anyway, it says, and because the messaging around clean beauty isn't regulated either, which is very true as well, a brand can claim anything it wants, supposedly green, clean, sustainable products. There's no governing body to check. And I try to buy sustainable things. Makeup, I'm kind of bad about because it's really hard to find stuff that's actually truly sustainable. So, but I see a lot where it's like not sustainable and they think because it's clean or because it's cruelty free or because it's vegan, that means that it's like better. And I don't think that's true. So anyway, yeah, we're probably gonna do a series. So it says that there's evidence that stress and fear prevent us from accessing information critically. Let's get into the actual myths. So I'm also gonna be doing this on TikTok as well. Myth 1, natural ingredients are better than synthetic ingredients. No. Just because something is natural doesn't automatically mean it's good for you. So botulinum toxin and arsenic are natural, grown, but that doesn't mean it's good. Just like tobacco is natural, but doesn't mean it's good. Like they add chemicals and stuff to it anyway. But so basically you can't guarantee the same results each time, depending on like the soilage, the weather patterns, the seasons, the minerals, the soil change, stuff, blah, 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 blah. So the purity, the consistency, the safety, everything and everything. So, but even with that, clean formula is equal. That doesn't like, there's lots of synthetic ingredients that are not toxic. Not everything is toxic. That's like the whole thing being chemicals are bad. Everything is essentially a chemical. So, like, and is it all bad? Myth 2, clean formulas equal gentle formulas. So again, no, clean and gentle are not synonymous. So some of the most common natural ingredients found in clean formulas like essential oils, citrus extracts, and natural fragrances are also common causes of skin irritation and allergies. I've been having issues with certain natural or certain fragrances actually recently, especially on my lips. My skin in general is really sensitive, but I think that is true. Plus, the preservatives used in clean products aren't as well studied as the preservatives used in conventional products like parabens, which me and parabens, I just not a fan, but I also have like some irritation to it. And they can be irritated to the skin as well. So there are tons of synthetic ingredients proven to be hypoallergenic and safe for sensitive skin, as I was just saying. And even if a synthetic ingredient has the potential for irritation, cosmetic chemists have the ability to remove the allergenic portion of the ingredient in a lab, making it more tolerable for your skin, which you simply cannot do with natural products. That's interesting. So 3, natural and clean beauty is more sustainable. It's just like when I see things that are vegan, but they're not cruelty free, like Maybelline, for example, or L'Oreal, or a bunch of them where they're like, we're clean and we're vegan, but we're not cruelty free. I don't care. Unless you're vegan, cruelty free, I'm not buying from you. So this whole clean thing too, it's like, oh, we're clean, so we're sustainable. Are you using virgin plastic? Is it recyclable? Has it been reused? How is this sustainable? And I see it on Ulta and Sephora too, where I'm like, how is this sustainable? So anyway, it's true that many natural and clean brands are making eco-friendly strides, such as employing low-waste production methods or switching to minimalist packaging, but this is a very huge and complicated topic. So, and the truth is that some natural ingredients actually contribute to climate change. So just because you're using natural ingredients also doesn't mean it's better for the environment. Like, it doesn't mean, it's like paper, for example. Like, you still have to cut down a tree. So is it really like better for the environment? So anyway, we know that agriculture is one of the most environmentally disruptive things we can do as a society. It disrupts biodiversity and also contributes to CO2 emissions. There's also the issue of land availability as the world population continues to grow, and we need more land to support that population and then also produce food to feed them, yada, yada, yada. So don't read everything. Just because it says on the packaging doesn't mean anything. 4, chemical-free, preservative-free, toxin-free products are safer for you. You need to have preservatives. You can like rinse them off and stuff with food, but like with makeup, things are going to go bad. So you need to have preservatives. Like, I've seen certain brands where stuff has gone bad. So there always is something going on because I don't want to put mold on my face. Like, is it really clean if you're putting mold? I mean, a mold is natural too. So of course you can put it on your face. There's no problem with that. Wrong. Labels and claims like chemical-free, preservative-free, and toxin-free are actually so misleading that the EU has banned companies from using them on their products and packaging. Really let that sink in for a second. In the United States, however, these claims aren't regulated by the FDA. The FDA is really behind, so give them a break. Like, there's so many things that are brought to their attention that like they cannot even keep up with it, or by anyone at all. So like slapping that on face cream or lip gloss and calling it a day doesn't mean it's actually clean or sustainable. That products don't use these labels. It's dangerous. It's bad for you. You see everything. Everything causes cancer. Everything's bad for you. So when I see things that say cancer prevention and stuff, like, are we also changing genetics too? By the end of the day, we absolutely need chemicals and preservatives for product safety, which is why it's so important to get the facts around them. Let me break it down for you. So chemical-free, a chemical is any substance consisting of matter. So this means water is a chemical, air is a chemical, basically anything and everything is a chemical. If your beauty product is calling itself chemical-free, then what exactly are you paying for? Preservative-free. Unless you want to keep your beauty products stored in the fridge and replace every 3 days, they need to have preservatives. Most formulas contain water, and preservatives are what keep harmful bacteria and mold from growing in them. Toxin-free. Toxicity means nothing without dosing. Any ingredient, even water, can be toxic depending on the amount. Peaches, even the natural and organic kind, release toxic formaldehyde, but we still eat them, right? And that's because it's the dose that matters, not necessarily the ingredient itself. 5, your skin absorbs 60% of what you put on it. If the idea that your skin absorbs 60% of what's put on it were even the slightest bit true, you'd never have to drink a glass of wine again. You could just rub some Chardonnay on your body and get a nice buzz instead. Common sense. and your stocked bar card tells you these things, obviously don't happen. By the way, this is from a doctor saying these things. And that's because your skin has a barrier that's both incredibly efficient and effective. Your skin barrier is literally designed to keep things out. So for a formula or ingredient to penetrate your skin, a lot of things need to be just right. There are so many factors at play when it comes to product absorption, including the health of your skin and a molecule size, charge, and chemical makeup. And even if an ingredient does penetrate your skin, it doesn't automatically mean it's going into your bloodstream. So it's just like, okay, I have tattoos. Is it going into my bloodstream? No. There's like different layers of your skin. So just like, it's like ingesting things and putting on your skin. I'm not eating lotion over here, but people put lotion on their skin, right? People put body wash on their skin, but I'm not like drinking it. So anyway, myth 6. The cosmetics industry in the United States isn't regulated. U.S. cosmetic regulations may be less strict than other countries, but before we go any further, in the U.S., it is 100% illegal for any company to sell a product that's toxic or poisonous. The idea that brands out there are formulating products that are going to kill you is just completely untrue, and not to mention a really bad business model. Yeah. So it is very litigious business market, meaning people love to sue. So in a way, cosmetic companies purposely regulate themselves. It's in a brand's best financial interest to create the safest product possible for consumers, which I do think is true, but I think some people just like making money, and I don't think they intentionally try to make things bad, but we do have like, you know, hairy lipsticks. So yeah, they have the scientific expertise to bring the best and safest products to market, so it doesn't make sense for them to cut corners and risk a lawsuit or damage. Also, like, they want to make money, so like you want people to repurchase, right? So even though it's true that products in the US don't undergo the same regulatory process as in other countries, it's not as if the FDA allows brands to throw whatever they want in their products, dangerous or not. So they said it's like a scare tactic, which I do think is true, because like if you look at the list that the EU has compared to ours, yes, it is like, oh my god, they have way more ingredients banned than we do, but like some of those, like, we don't even put in cosmetics, which I'm going to get into. So for example, the EU has banned over 1,400 banned ingredients instead of the US, which I hope it's more than 11, but I don't know. Again, we're behind because we have a lot more people here too. So, and sure, that comparison sounds horrifying, only 11. But the EU's list is composed of ingredients that have never and would never be in cosmetics. When was the last time you saw rocket fuel in a shampoo? So, that's not to say that the occasional unsafe product can slip through the cracks, though, so you want to have a healthy amount of skepticism before you buy and add anything to your cart. Buying a beauty product from Ulta, Sephora, Target, probably fine, but then like a third-party seller, you should be more wary. But I do think it's true, like, there's so many sellers on there, and I think some of them have good intentions, but then others, they don't, like selling crap or saying it's a dupe, but it's not a dupe, and then you get it, and you're like, what the heck? Like, what is this? So I do think that is true. Like, there actually is a lawsuit with Sephora, which I do want to do another video on when it comes to the clean beauty, which I was like, what? So anyway, because they do have that whole clean beauty initiative thing with some products as well as Ulta does. So anyway, the takeaway is supposed to be, if a clean beauty brand or retailer tries to sell you a product based on one of those 6 statements, an alarm should be sounding off in your head. So because I'm vegan and I'm also cruelty free, prior to being vegan, I was cruelty free and I was actually vegetarian. I read labels like no other. Like, I'm more aware of other ingredients too now, like try to limit dyes. I try not to have like super, super high sugar, but sometimes it's like hard. Sometimes, you know, I like to live a little bit. Now, I always buy cruelty free and vegan, always, everything. But there are certain things you should be aware of. That's not what I'm not trying to say that like clean beauty is necessarily bad, but I'm not going to say like, oh my god, if it's not clean, then it's also bad. Like, you're going to just go out and die, or like, oh my god, you're buying like, you know, toxic products. So yeah, let me know if you'd be interested in more videos. I'm probably gonna post more videos because I've been really, really interested in this. So yeah, enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, let me know your thoughts down below, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.